Hello friends, this video on capacitors and capacitance part 17 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 16 before going ahead with part 17.
Now let us solve a bit different type of a problem. Here also, however, the question asks to calculate the equivalent capacitance between points A and B. So did you notice what is the difference in this problem than the previous problems? In previous problems, your end points were open and that made it very easy for you to understand which is in series and which is in parallel. Here you have a closed circuit, and in that the question asks you to calculate the equivalent capacitance between 2 points. So now you have to keep your reference at these 2 points and then watch which is in series and which is in parallel. So it is always advisable to draw the circuit diagram as per your comfort. First you draw the 2 points between which you have to calculate. So what do you see? There is one capacitor in between these points. So let us draw that capacitor first. And that capacitor is C1. What about the other capacitors? The other capacitors, they start from A, then C2, then C3, then C4, then ends at B. So it is somewhat like this. It starts from A, C2, then C3, then C4, and then ends in B. So this is C2, C3, C4. Now if you look at this diagram, it becomes very simple. You have C2, C3, C4 in series and then that in parallel with C1, right? So what do you see here? Here C2, C3 and C4 makes a series combination. Let us call its capacitance as C dash, and then C dash and C1 make a parallel combination, right? So the equivalent capacitance of these three capacitors is C dash. So let us first calculate C dash. So 1 by C dash will be equal to 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3 plus 1 by C4. So that is equal to 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9, because C2, C3, C4 is given as 9 microfarads. So this is equal to 3 by 9. Therefore C dash comes out to be 3 microfarads, right? Now C dash and C1 are in parallel. Therefore the equivalent capacitance will be equal to C dash plus C1. So C dash is 3 and C1 is also 3. So this is 6 microfarads. Therefore the equivalent capacitance between points A and B will be equal to 6 microfarads. Now let me one important thing now. Let us suppose instead of point A and B, if the question would have asked to calculate the equivalent capacitance between points C and D, then how would you calculate? In that case, the entire arrangement will change. In that case, this will be your C, this will be your D, and this will be C3. And the rest 3 will go like this: C2, C1, and then C4, right? So this will be C3 and this will be C2, C1 and C4. So the value of your equivalent capacitance will change in that case, because the values of C1, C2, C3, C4 are different, right? So understand the question carefully. First of all, focus on where you have to find the equivalent capacitance. What are the 2 points between which you have to calculate the equivalent capacitance? That is very much important. Okay, let us look at next problem. It again asks us to calculate the equivalent capacitance between points P and Q. Okay, so let us look at it. Again, here also we will draw this diagram as per our convenience. We have to calculate between P and Q. Let us first draw P. Now you see, from P, there is one capacitor C1, and what is the other capacitor connected to P? If you look at it, the other capacitor which is connected to P is C3. So from P you have C1 and you also have C3, right? Let us call this is C1 and this is C3. Now focus on Q. What happens to Q? Q's one point is connected to C3. That means the C3 is connected to Q. Also, Q is again connected to the other end of C1 as well as to C2, right? So that means it is connected to this end of C1 and also one end of C2. And C2's this end is also connected to P. So what do we get? We get that C1, C2, C3 have their starting and ending points as the same. That means C1, C2 and C3 make a parallel combination. So basically, looking at the figure, first of all you have to identify the points between which you have to calculate equivalent capacitance. Then you draw a separate diagram as per your convenience, right? Then you see what all capacitors are connected to which point, and then you draw your own diagram and you will see it for yourself that things become so simple. So here the equivalent capacitance of the circuit will be given as C1 plus C2 plus C3. Let us look at a bit different kind of a problem. However, this is also related to combination of capacitors. It says that an electrical technician requires a capacitance of 2 microfarad in a circuit across a potential difference of 1 kilovolt. So this is his requirement. He wants a capacitance of 2 microfarad across a potential difference of 1 kilovolt. A large number of 1 microfarad capacitors are available to him, each of which can withstand a potential difference of not more than 400 volts. Suggest a possible arrangement that requires the minimum number of capacitors. That means he is maybe designing some circuit. For that he needs a capacitor of capacitance 2 microfarads across a potential difference of 1 kilovolt. Okay. He has several capacitors of 1 microfarad. So he has to, now you will say, okay, join 1 microfarads capacitor in parallel combination. So the equivalent capacitance will be 1 plus 1, 2. But it also has a condition that it should be able to withstand a potential difference of 1 kilovolt. Whereas in case of these 1 microfarad capacitors, each of these capacitors cannot withstand anything more than 400 volts. So that means you have to arrange the capacitors in such a way that the equivalent capacitance is 2 microfarads. At the same time, the capacitor should be able to withstand a potential difference of 1 kilovolt. So let us see how do we approach such kind of problems. So how do we approach this problem? What do we do? First of all, we assume that we arrange n capacitors in series. Okay, we are assuming this, that we have arranged n capacitors in series and there are m such rows, because right now we don't know how it will be arranged. But there are only two possibles, either it will be arranged in series or it will be arranged in parallel. So I am assuming something like this. Let us suppose I have arranged some n capacitors, and that n can be anything, some n capacitors in series, and there are m such rows. That means these kind of arrangement is repeated some m number of times. That means basically what I am saying that there are n capacitors in series and each of these n capacitors are in parallel with m such arrangements, right? So this arrangement is repeating some m number of, so your arrangement is somewhat like this. So you have to find out what is the value of this n, that is how many capacitors you are arranging in series and how many rows of such series capacitor you have, such that your equivalent capacitance comes out to be 2 microfarads and the potential difference of 1 kilovolt. Now, what is the potential difference that I want along this circuit? My desired potential difference along this circuit is 1 kilovolt, that is 1000 volts. So this is the potential difference between point A and B, right? Now, the potential difference across, this is the potential difference across each row, right? So across each of the row, this is the potential difference. Now what will be the potential difference across each capacitor? So if I talk of each capacitor, what would be the potential difference? If the potential difference along this row is 1000 and there are n capacitors in one row, so the potential difference across each capacitor will be 1000 by n volts, right? But at the same time, we know that each of this capacitor has a capacitance of 1 microfarad and it can withstand a potential difference of maximum 400 volts. That means according to the question, that the maximum potential difference that it can withstand is equal to 400 volts. And as per our assumption, the potential across each capacitor should be 1000 by N. So we can equate these two. As per the problem, 1000 by 10, that is the potential across each capacitor, can be maximum 400. It cannot be greater than 400. Therefore, the value of N comes out to be 1000 divided by 400, which comes out to be 2.5. Now 2.5, what is N here? N is the number of capacitors. So number of capacitor cannot be in decimals, right? So that means the minimum number of capacitors that we can have has to be 3, because it has to be more than 2, right? That is quite obvious. So more than 2 has to be 3. So that means we say that there are 3 capacitors in one row. So how many such rows are there? For that we have to calculate the value of M. We have to calculate M now. Now let us try to find out the equivalent capacitance. So what would be the equivalent capacitance of the 3 capacitors? So now we know that there are 3 capacitors arranged in series, right? So the series 1 by Cs of, right now I am talking about equivalent capacitance of one row. That will be equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. We know that C1, C2, C3 are all 1 microfarad. So this will be equal to 3. So that means Cs is equal to 1 by 3 microfarads. This is, what is this? This is the equivalent capacitance across each row, right? So this, for this row, the equivalent capacitance is 1 by 3 microfarads. So we have to calculate how many such rows are there. So what we can do is, instead of drawing so many capacitors, now we can simplify this diagram like this. So we have capacitors like this. We have to calculate the number of rows. This is point B and this is point A. Now each of this capacitor is Cs, because those 3 capacitors I have removed with Cs, correct? So we have to calculate the value of M, and we also know that the equivalent capacitance of the circuit, the net equivalent capacitance of the circuit should be equal to 2 microfarads. So how many such capacitors should be there in parallel such that the net equivalent capacitance comes out to be 2 microfarads? So then equivalent capacitance of this circuit which I have drawn will be equal to Cs plus Cs plus Cs M times, right? So that is equal to M into Cs. Now what I want, that the equivalent capacitance of this circuit should be equal to 2 microfarads. So therefore M becomes equal to 2 microfarads divided by Cs. What is Cs? Cs is 1 by 3 microfarads. So therefore the value of M comes out to be 2 divided by 1 by 3, that is equal to 6. So we found the value of N as 3 and M as 6. That means how the possible arrangement should be. The arrangement should be somewhat like this. There should be 3 capacitors in series and there should be 6 such rows. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.